This is my second time videoing. For some reason, my camera turned off at some point when I was videotaping. So, I will show you what I made. And then I'll make a couple other things. So this here is one of my coffee dyed envelopes. I just glued the flap shut, cut it down just above the window, and then I glued cheesecloth down, a flower, a bow, and a flat back pearl. Here is pretty much the same thing, except I have one of these little tags that I made from the Graphics Fairy. I put a frame around it, and then I copied it onto coffee dyed cardstock. So yeah, so I made these on the video that did not tape. I did not make a tag for this. That'll be for another day, but I just had this in there just to show you how it would look. Hopefully it's not shining too much. So I had made those. Then I had started on a couple other things and didn't have time to finish them. So now I will do that. So I already had these in my stash. These corner pocket things. Oops, I have got to start my timer because otherwise I will have other difficulties not being able to flip it if it gets too long. So hold on a second here. Sorry about that. Okay. So I had started decorating these, but I did not have time to glue everything down. So now I will glue it down. But I'd already decided what I was doing. So I had just ripped up some, it's actually a brown paper bag, but I'm going to ink it a little bit more. It doesn't stand out real well. My nails still haven't grown back after I cut them really short. Here I thought I was all done. Because I have to get upstairs and hurry up and pick up. I've got papers that I've been avocado dyeing, and they will be in my shop hopefully in the next day or two. And I was sorting them out all over my couch. So I've got, oh my goodness, index cards and paper doilies and cardstock and paper and music paper. Yeah, anyway, it's all over my couch, and I have students coming in. Not too much time here. In about half an hour or so, so I've got to hurry. Alrighty, so I thought I would glue that down. Put some of this crocheted lace. And another one of these tags that I made from the Graphics Fairy. So let me glue those down before I put my bow down. Well, I started to tell you what we did yesterday on the other video that did not turn out. My husband and I went thrift store shopping, and there's this one in a nearby state that we love going to. It's almost like a big garage sale. Prices, for the most part, are very, very cheap, and they usually have tons of old things. Well, they have decided to have their thrift store look more like a fancier store. Still not that it's fancy, but more like a retail store, I guess, maybe. And they don't have as much of what they would probably consider junky stuff. The kind of stuff I'm looking for, so we were really disappointed. I didn't find as much as I normally do. So yeah, I did find this really cool binder. It's got first edition stamps in it. It's a stamp collector book. but it's got all the history of a bunch of different stamps, and it has an envelope with the original stamp on it. And so I thought the pictures in there were really, really pretty. So I did get that. I was kind of excited about that. Where should you go? Got some doilies, cloth crocheted ones. Some of those I will use in my crafting, and some will be put in my Etsy shop. Right now I have some colored doilies in there. Someone must have gone through their stash of crochet thread and must have had a bunch of extra thread, so they made these doilies of all these different colors. I don't think anybody would use them as doilies like in their house or anything, but they're great for crafters to cut apart because most of them have 2 or 3 colors on the one doily. Not all of them, but there. Let's get a pearl for this one. Pretty soon I can start putting all these things in my journal. I may cut these strings down a little bit after a while, but I'll wait till I get it in the journal and see how it looks. I kind of like it when things hang out of journals, lace and different things. Okay, so there's that one. And I'll put that aside. And we'll get this one. At least since the other video didn't turn out, you don't have to hear me drop in the lid for this glue. I don't know why. I kept dropping the lid, so I haven't even put it on there right now. I don't know how many times I dropped that lid. And I'll use one of my little mini ruffles. Need to get sewing again and make a few more. And we'll put some cheesecloth. And it's going to do one of my yo-yos. I had one of those picked up, but I'm wondering if a little one looks better. Kind of a weird shape. I don't know. Let's see what else I've got here. It's about the same size. There's another little one. I need to make some smaller ones of these. Well, here's one that's fairly small. Kind of like that too. I don't know which one to use. Oh, decisions. I don't think I want to use the little ones. Okay, so between a yo-yo and one of these. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll do yo-yo. There's that one. Then I have some music paper corners that I hadn't gotten to in the last video, so maybe on this one we can. So ink the edges. I sure hope this video doesn't stop on me, or will have to wait for another day. Fridays I have quite a few lessons, and since they get out of school early, I'm going all afternoon. At that thrift store yesterday, I didn't even find any sheets. I usually look for sheets to rip up, either to sew ruffles, or for bows, or for packaging. I like to package my things with them. Maybe I can use one of these on that, maybe. We shall see. Well, I guess with that one video not turning out, I'm getting more done today, because I would have stopped and not getting that other done. Gotten these done, but whoops, things are dropping. I'm going to ink this one up. It's a little too white. Alrighty. Whoops! I missed the holder for my scissors, and the scissors fell on the floor. Let's see here. I think this ribbon might be a little too thin. I have a coffee dyed strip of fabric here. Maybe I will do ribbon with this, or bow with this one. Nope, that does not look right. Back to the thin stuff. Somewhere I have fabric that I've torn even smaller than that, but I don't think it's down here. I think it's still upstairs. Somewhere I have brown embroidery floss. I wonder where that went. That might look pretty on here, because that kind of blends in. I'll be right back. Nope, it was not in the box that I thought it was in. Because I think a brown bow would look prettier. Put a pearl or a button there. If I do a bow, I will have to add it later. I don't know if cheesecloth will look good under here or not. We'll see. I just love the look of cheesecloth. Let me get a bigger piece. Too big. Yeah. Well, this one just is not turning out the way I'd hoped. Maybe it just needs to be simple and plain like that. There's this one guy that I saw his video. He made this junk journal. Oh, it was just amazing. But I am not a minimalist. And this guy is not a minimalist, he says. And a lot of people are minimalists. He said, more is more and less is a bore. I had not heard that before. Maybe you have, but I hadn't heard that before. Okay, for now I'm going to leave that, and I may, when I find my brown embroidery floss, put a bow on there. Alrighty, one more, and then I'll have to stop. And hurry up and clean up my mess upstairs. What can we put on there? I ink that. Okay, what else can go on there? See what I have on my desk, or my counter. I just really want to use one of those. That's kind of cute. This again is from the Graphics Fairy. Okay, we'll glue it down and be done. Oh, everything's sticking to my glue. Wish I would had a tiny one of these. I really like the... Well, now that I have glue on this, I think I like the other better. Oh, it'll dry. I wish I had a tinier one. I made some really tiny ones of these and they look so cute. But, of course, there's none down here. There we go. And cover everything up. I will put out everything I made today. There you go, dropping that lid. Move everything aside. Don't know if I can fit it all in this green here. I'll look up here to see. Gotta get my envelope ones in there. I just love these. And that one. All right, thank you so much for watching. You have a wonderful day.